Now, in a previous video, we went to Aldi to pick up some brisket, some pre-seasoned brisket for under $20. We picked up barbecue and salt and pepper. And while the briskets weren't terrible, they weren't as good as other briskets that I've had. And some folks left some great comments, some suggestions in the comment section for us to try. So today, we fired up the old PG-1000i and going to run some experiments with some briskets from Aldi. First off, we're going to do the Goldie's method where we wrap up the brisket halfway and let the top continue to render down that fat layer. Secondly, we're just going to wrap it up normally in some aluminum foil with some beef tallow in it. And thirdly, the one I'm most excited to taste test, it's going to be a bit rich in flavor, but we injected some beef tallow inside of the brisket and let it rest. Then we're going to wrap it up with some beef tallow as well. Y'all sit back, relax, and let's talk about some meat. Now, when I went to Aldi, I looked around and I tried to get all of these brisket cuts to look exactly the same. We could not find all three to be identical, but we tried to keep them within the same range of weight, within a 0.2, 0.4 pounds. And each one of these is going to have its own purpose. This is a little bit more lean than these two pieces right here. So, at least in looks, I think this little concoction right here is going to be injected in. And you might be wondering, well, Gassy, what is that concoction? It's literally beef tallow. And, well, you know, when you clean the spoon, you may have to lick it, and I still have beef tallow on the roof of my mouth. It's very rich, and I'm probably going to wrap this and put a little bit of beef tallow on the bottom side so it's sitting there in beef tallow, fully wrapped. This one, we're just going to wrap and have beef tallow in it. No injection or anything like that in this one. But this one, it's going to be the Goldie's method because it has the best fat cap on it. And I want to do the Goldie's method. That's my preferred way of cooking a brisket. And if you don't know about the Goldie's method, you put beef tallow in the bottom, and then you wrap the bottom, but you leave the top to continue rendering that fat. And so today, what we're going to be seasoning these, because these are just salt and pepper, we're going to be using the Hardcore Carnivore black seasoning, and it's just going to be a liberal coat that we put on these pieces of meat. And yes, it is a black seasoning because it is going to look like a meteorite. I have done a few cooks with this seasoning, and oh my God, y'all, it looks absolutely wonderful when it comes out, and I can't wait to see what these briskets look like. Now, we're not going to season up all of these together, but I do want to do the injection. I at least want to show you what one seasoned up is going to look like. But thank y'all so much for being here. Hopefully you're enjoying your heckin' day out there, whatever you got going on. I just got a trailer. My outside cat just had kittens. So it is a glorious time in the Gassy residence. I'm telling you what, I love that she has her kittens on the back porch right now. It's definitely going to make these cooking videos a little bit more interesting, if I had to say, because she's going to be like, Gassy, what are you doing, buddy? Now let's get in here with another needle that I have that is doing a much better job. Look at that. I don't know why that one was wanting to be a pain in the tuchus. I'm just going to throw it away. But now we're just going to come in here and we're going to put a little bit of beef tallow in here, and you like to move around the needle, that way it does not really blow out on you. And honestly, I hate that that first one did, but it's okay, it's all right. Now we're just going to come around here and put in a little bit. This is 2 scoops of beef tallow that we put in to this cup right here. And so I think having a little bit of added beef tallow is definitely going to be a good thing. And it looks like candle wax as it cools down on this meat. Absolutely, positively, I am so excited to see what this tastes like. I don't know what it is about beef tallow, Maybe it's the fact that I'm from the South, so fat is flavor, you know. Using my like granny using lard and stuff like that all those years ago. But yeah, my God, this is definitely going to be one of those things that I believe is going to help this brisket out. But yeah, let's go ahead. This one, sorry, you're just going in the trash. I need to get an actual injector set and not try to reuse previous ones. But yeah, this one I'm gonna keep because it's still working perfectly fine. But maybe I'll make an Amazon trip or something like that. Well, not an Amazon trip per se, but one that maybe I'll order a fancy one. But yeah, so that's basically all we're going to be doing. We're going to be seasoning these up and showing the differences for this heckin' meat and how this experiment turns out. Because if you can get a quick brisket from Aldi for 20-25 bucks instead of having to buy an entire brisket, that, my friends, is a good thing. And the last experiment that we did with the brisket from Aldi was that I wouldn't throw it out, but it isn't my preferred because it wasn't as good. And like my wife liked it and I ate on it all week long. But if I can do this little experiment where I add a little bit to it, and some folks in the comments section had some good ideas about wrapping it up and doing an experiment with that. So the great thing is, let me know what you'd like to see us do in the comments section, because you never know what we might pull out next. I think one of the next things I want to do is I want to make a burger or something on that grill, because it's been forever since I've made burgers, and I've never made a burger on a pellet grill before. I've always done burgers on like charcoal and stuff like that, or propane accessory. Did y'all hear that King of the Hill is coming back? I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what it is about King of the Hill, but I enjoyed it when I was a teenager and stuff like that, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it as an adult. You know, now that I'll tell you what, we're using pellet grills and pellet grill accessories. That's what we're doing. That Hank Hill was terrible. I'm sorry. That Hank Hill went just absolutely terrible. It was good. It was okay. And then it just went bad. So we're going to get ready to stream. We're going to have a fun little stream, and then we are going to put these on the grill. So I like to usually let things sit for about 4 to 24 hours. Last night, I wound up falling asleep before I can put this stuff together. So we'll see what it's like after sitting in the fridge for about 4 hours. Now it's time to put these briskets on the grill, and I'm so excited to see how these turn out. But this is the one that is going to be getting the Goldies treatment. Now this one is the full one that's going to just be fully wrapped up. And the one closest to us, friends, is the ones that has been ejected. And now, well, injected, not ejected. It's not ejectocito, cuz like we're in Fast and Furious. I mean, too fast. Too furious. I'm too fast for y'all, man. Good Lord, it's been a long time since that movie came out. But yeah, you can see the candle wax opera bit on this looking thing right here. I just want to make sure that, yeah, you could actually see that. Okay, yeah, you could actually see that. I was wondering about the angle of the ye old dangle. But yeah, those are looking absolutely wonderful, and I cannot wait to see what these turn out like. But yeah, this one's going to be half wrapped, full wrap in the back with a little bit of beef tallow, and a full wrap with a little bit of beef tallow as well. And we'll see. Goldies preferred, just better, or even bestest. You know, it's like one of those advanced auto parts or thing. Good, better, best, beef tallow? We'll find out in this wonderful beef tallow experiment. Now we've been smoking for about 2 hours now, so let's take a quick gander to see how these are looking. And oh my, they are looking absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to see what these actually turn out like. I just took a temp of them. They're right there at the 140 mark, so around the 165, 170 mark, we're going to wrap things up. But yeah, sit back, relax, and I'll see y'all in just a minute. Well, a minute for y'all. Now we're just getting off stream, and it is time to wrap these up. They are looking absolutely wonderful. I tempt them, and boy, howdy, are they right there at that moment where it is time to start wrapping them up. So what we're going to do first is we are going to work on the wonderful, wonderful little Goldie's method. That is going to be our first little bit. Now this one is just going to be a bit of a half of a wrap, because that is the way they like to do it, and I've had a lot of success in the past from this method. So what we like to do, we just like to spread this out a little bit, that way it is on the bottom side of the brisket. Let's get in here, let's pick it up, and oh my, the thing is looking absolutely wonderful. Just put it down like that right there. The outside cat is being very vocal today. Absolutely very vocal. Now, one thing that's great about this is you're not really messing with the bark in the way that the other wraps will, but if you're worried about the bark when you wrap things up in tinfoil, all you need to do is let it sit back for about 10 minutes unwrapped and you should be good. But that is pretty much it. You just leave it to where the top can still render down and you're good to absolutely go. Now, this next one is going to be the full wrap, and so is the one after it, but this second one is the one that we had no injection on or anything like that. So it's going to be nice to see what the kind of difference is for it. So let's move this around real quick and let's grab this piece that we are doing that with. And this is what this brisket piece is looking like right now. So we'll just put it in like that, wrap it around here on the top. And now you can use butcher paper, but I personally prefer to use tinfoil just because it does help it get to temperature a little bit quicker and there's a little less mess with it. But that is all we need to do right there. It's a single bit. Now, if you're doing barbecue, it is good to double wrap stuff. That is perfectly a-okay and the way you should probably do it. But next up is the injected one. We're going to go in here with the same amount of beef tallow, and this one might be a little bit richer on the taste because we already had some beef tallow inside of the brisket itself, but we'll see how it turns out. Ooh, I am excited about this one. Now the same thing applies. We'll just come over here, wrap it up, and we'll be good to go. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take these to probe tender, which will probably be around 200, 203. But yeah, now we're all wrapped up, ready to go. And we can put these over on the grill and bam, shazam, we've got it going. And I can't wait to see how this experiment turns out. I am very excited to see what it tastes like and if this made the Aldi brisket any better, because I think it's going to, but yeah, we'll have to see. Now it's been a few hours and it's time to take this brisket out, but we do have a few onlookers on the back porch. Linda Lee and her kittens are out and about playing. I think Linda Lee is trying to get some sleep, but it looks like Socks is wanting to come up and attack like a ninja, and their brother or sister's like, don't do it. Mom's a crazy lady. She'll get you. Don't do it. Oh, Mom's gonna get you if you do it. But I swear, Socks is the most adventurous. I haven't realized a name for the others yet, but this is what they are looking like, at least as far as it goes with the brisket. Now, the only one we can see right now is the one that has the Goldie's method. And as you can see right here, I don't know how well you can potentially see that, but we tempt right there and it's slowly letting out some juice. So I'm very excited to see what these taste like once we let them rest. And oh my, it's smelling good, but I cannot wait to see y'all here in just a little bit once it's rested. Now you might hear my dogs whine because all three of them are sitting here waiting for me to get done with this. They're like, Dad, please, please, please. But oh my God, y'all, this is looking absolutely amazing. Oh my, I gotta, this is hot still. It is still hot. It's about 160, 165 degrees internal in there. I just temped it, but boy, howdy, it's a little bit warm. Good God, my lanta. Yep, that's beef tallow. That's a fair amount of beef tallow. Let me get some towels real quick, like. Ooh, come here. There we go. But now that we've got a little bit of towels, let's get in here and let's cut into this just to see what it's looking like on this inside. I'm definitely enjoying this bit of wrap. Now this one, the reason we have so much beef tallow is because this is the one that we injected. And I don't know how well you're able to see that, but there is a nice smoke ring around that side right there. And you can definitely tell that this thing had some beef tallow in it. Now let's get in here. Let's just take a small little chunk of this, since we do have to sample 3 of them. We're just going to take this little bit right here, dip it in a little bit of that beef tallow because there was no other way. But let's try this out. Oh my God. Compared to the first one that we had, the salt and pepper, that is definitely, definitely a lot more better. Oh my God, they're so much better than the first one. Now, this next one, adding that carnivore black in definitely helped out. Now this one does not have as much beef tallow in it as you can probably somewhat see. Let's see if I can get it to where you can kind of see that. But it doesn't have a lot of beef tallow in there, and this is definitely going to have some adjustments done to it before putting it into the fridge. Woo-wee! Oh my dogs are just sitting here hoping that something drops. They are sitting there like, Dad, please, for all that is holy, all that is great, please, for the love of God, drop something. But yes, that little black pepper in the back of my throat. Now let's see. That's Bonnie. I don't know if you can hear that come over the mic, but that is that's my baby girl Bonnie, who's sitting here just whining like, Dad, come on, man, I want some of the meat. I want some of it. That is looking good. That is looking absolutely wonderful. I'm telling y'all, I think doing a little bit of beef tallow and wrapping it up definitely helped out with this Aldi brisket. And I'll probably wind up doing one of these methods in the future the next time I get one. But I'm definitely wondering how that Goldie's method turned out. Now this one definitely wants to pull out a little bit more. It wants to pull apart. Okay. That's good as well. And it almost seems like this one has a little bit more pepper on it. And I'm guessing it's due to that other seasoning, the carnivore, hardcore carnivore that we put on there. So let's take another little bite. Oh my God. That is so good. And I don't know how well you can see the smoke ring on this piece of meat, but it's got a very nice smoke ring. Now, the one that I'm most excited about is the Goldie's method, which is this one right here on the corner. Put a little bit of beef tallow in the bottom and a little bit just sitting there. As you can see, there is not much beef tallow right there, but boy, I cannot wait to see what this is like, because the reason you do this is because this allows the top to be exposed and for this to continue to render. Now, I don't want to put this in any of the beef tallow that is currently in the tray unless a little bit comes through from that right there. I want to try this on its own merit. But look at that. Look at how much that fat has rendered out. I cannot wait to try this. This is the one I'm most excited about. Now, maybe in the future it'll be like a combination of the two. So let's just come in here. Let's just take one of these corner little pieces. Hey, Bonnie girl, I know. I know it's about 7 o'clock and you want some food. I know it. Okay. No, you can't have any brisket. No, you can't have any brisket. No. You shit everywhere. No, you would shit everywhere. This has got a lot of fat in it. No, I know your stomach better than you know your stomach. Don't start with me, little William. Oh my God. This is so... I'm gonna be real. These are good. What I might do is put a little bit more beef tallow in this one. But I think just back to back to back tasting, I think the Goldie's method is going to win for me. We'll have to try it out in the future. Maybe not a video or anything like that, since we've already done the experiment. But it's a little too rich, like I thought it was going to be, injected and in beef tallow. This was really good. Had a little bit more fat interior than this one had, but this one had a good lean up top, well, a good fat cap up top, but the interior very lean. But it's still so daggum good. It's a lot better. I'll say this, it's a lot better than the previous ones. But let me know what you think down in the comment section.